How's it going, Felix?
I'm alright, How are you guys?
How you doing?
Superb. I'm happy that you're happy. Could you describe your favourite activity using words with only an even amount of letters?
B-roads. And then bashing.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, that's bashings.
Yeah, mate. B-roads.
Bashings works.
The great thing about England, so people talk about the autobahn. What we have in England are B-roads, mate. Yeah. If you drive all the way into the Chilterns in a Lotus Elise 110R,
it's not
lovely.
What you can do is gear 4. Gear 5. What would you find in a second aid box?
A second aid box?
Yeah.
So the second person to the scene.
Well, I guess you can think about it that way, yeah.
You could think about it that way. Not a first aid box, a second aid box.
Probably an iTelephonic device.
Okay.
And maybe some thoughtful words. Yeah, I mean, that's all there really is, isn't there? A second aid. It's not the first, is it? Well, that's what you have to say.
Or the third. Now my arse is just really tense. Can't describe why, but it feels weird.
You have to print out multiple Word documents. What's your weapon of choice?
My weapon of choice? I'd probably go with Excalibur.
I would have gone with a bomb.
I would have gone with a printer.
Just me.
I mean, a printer works, but if you use a sword, you can etch things into the paper.
It's sort of like, you've got ink printers, laser printers, Excalibur printers.
2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well. So there's a bit of a nomadic field there.
Yeah, let me just step through that.
All right.
Oh,
super.
God, that's sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
What's the worst place to leave someone hanging?
Leave someone hanging.
So, like, if I were to, and you weren't to.
Or
what's the worst place for that?
Or we could talk about it sort of in a more like a, you know what I mean?
Probably the Uzbekistani embassy. Imagine you go in there, yeah, and Mr. Uzbekistan, I don't know what they call him. Imagine you go in there, try dap him up, and he just leaves you hanging. Yeah. That's not ideal.
You'd have to get home as well. That would be tricky.
I mean, I couldn't tell you how to get to Uzbekistan.
I don't know.
Let alone get back.
I don't know if you're allowed through security if you have been left hanging within the boundaries of that country. Freddie, can you help us with that? Do you do politics?
Yeah, I do politics. So basically, the political dilemma around that region of the world is that there's a lot of oil, and oil. Well, there's 3 letters in oil, and there's also 3 letters in fish. Yeah. And basically, there's a lot of fish around that area as well.
So fish with a sh, not a sh.
Yeah, fish with a sh, not an sh. So the difficulty around there is that basically they think you're a fish. So like when you go and they'll look at you and be like, oh, what a stupid, silly fish. Oh, you're a naughty fish. That sort of thing.
You're not going to dap up a fish at the end of the day, are you?
Exactly. You can't dap up a fish because it doesn't have hands.
Yeah, it'll be too delicious. I'll probably just eat it before I can dap it up.
What type of fish would you say? Maybe cod, haddock?
What about rainbow trout? Can you hear that? That's a gnome.
Oh, yeah.
Whose fault was the San Andreas fault?
Whose fault?
God did.
Probably the San Adrian.
This gnome forest was formulated in the late 1990s, just around when the rap scene was beginning to grow. If you listen closely, you might be able to see Gnome Way West.
If you found a shell in McDonald's and you put that shell to your ear, would you be able to hear? Doo, 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 doo?
The argument here is, everything that comes from McDonald's is gone. But everyone that goes to McDonald's wasn't made there.
I understand that, yeah.
Even the fucking food isn't made there. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's shooting a stray right there at McDonald's.
So you can't even say that if you were to pick up a shell, you'd hear, that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what might you hear? The ocean.
If you turn here, you can see all over the Gnome Kingdom. Felix, if you were to take the piss, where would you take it?
After a few.
A few what?
I don't know. That's up to your imagination. Are you pissing in the bog?
Personally, I think it's a waste of piss. I think you could probably use it somewhere else, other than just putting it in a hole. Yeah. So here, Felix is making use of the nutrients within
it's good for you.
the urine.
Yeah.
Obviously, urine contains a large amount of urea, where if you consume too much piss, then you will get ill. But that's a safe amount, and that's been filtered out.
Filtered by what?
It's just like a coffee filter. Does it taste nice?
The feeling I have towards it is probably disdainful. I'd call it a discrepant object of today's society.
Felix, what's the most schizophrenic thing you've ever done?
Some people might know about this. It's an incident with a minefield. Not sure if it was a real minefield. We were led there. Me and one other person, I'll say it was scary. But, you know, I don't know who took us, why there was a minefield in London, if there's a minefield in London.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It was awesome.
Got a naughty little gift for you, mate.
Oh,
Yep, the Forest Talk
can't-
Productions team have got
That
you.
sheer generosity.
Yep, it's a power supply
see, I'll be using this.
that can power literally anything.
Probably power the sun with this. That's
Yeah.
what I'll say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't know you guys were watching. I thought this was just us, but now I've realised there's a camera involved.
Bye.